1-1 in the head-to-head. Gibson shooting first in this gold medal match.
Those European Championships in 2021 in Antalya, if I believe so. That was before, I would say, the rise of Ella Gibson. So that was like a couple of years ago when Ella hadn't showed her, prominent self on the stage just yet. This is going to be an interesting match though, because in the previous match they both stayed clean until 12 arrows, and then Ella kept it going for the last 3. And it's going to be interesting to see if Tanya, if there's a bit more pressure for her opponent, I was going to say can stay clean for that long as well, but obviously that's not the case anymore. But can kind of keep up and put some pressure on Ella respectively.
Galantine can restore parity with a 10 here. Does just that. They both dropped a single point here. Easier said than done. Gibson starts end number 2 of this gold medal match.
That was really impressive, how she was battling the wind there, trying to keep her side on target and managing to hit a 10. Yeah, and I think this is also, this shows the difference between this match and the semifinals that they shot, because now Ella just shot that 9, and then she just acknowledged, like, okay, that makes sense that I shot that 9 because of the wind that I was facing.
I think you heard it there, blowing so much. Long hold for Galantine.
Yeah, same goes for this.
Oh. Down to 2 seconds there from the coach count.
One of the things to note here is that both of these archers are shooting a trigger release, which is, if you're going to shoot in the wind, typically the easier release to shoot, because then you kind of have a way out. So if you're in a pinch of time, you can at least just push the trigger and get it off, whereas with a hinge style release or back tension, that's more difficult. You can still kind of do that, but there's a lot more movement when you do so. So a little bit of confidence to be gained there, but both of these archers use a trigger style release, so it's not like the one shooter has an advantage over the other.
Gibson facing Galantine.
Yeah, a bit of a quiet moment there when it comes to wind. You could see that she had the opportunity, she had the kind of like the leeway to make her own shot rather than trying to get it off at a moment that it wasn't blowing as much. So that's what difference a little bit of wind can make.
Ouch. Both going low with their second arrows. It's a second 9 from Gibson, so Galantine's got an opportunity to correct that 8. If she can get a 10 here, she'll be back on level scores. Does just that. What an interesting fourth end that was. All tied. Gibson shooting first.
Yeah.
I mean, the first arrow of Ella, it couldn't be much closer than that, but Tanya somehow still managed to put it closer to the middle than Ella did.
Anything you can do.
Yeah.
Under this kind of pressure, and to be fair, the wind's probably just dropped off a little bit here. The two of them showing what they're made of. Is it going to come down to this final arrow from both archers? Door open for Galantine here. A 10 for the win. She was shaking all over the place. She was feeling that pressure big time. Huge amounts of pressure on Gibson and Galantine. One arrow to decide the champion in Paris.
That is not a bad shoot-off arrow.
There's space though. Anything inside the X-ring? Oh, and it's a 10 and it's gone high. And that means that Gibson, they are already over to give each other a hug. Gibson has done it with a not a bad shoot-off arrow, as explained by Chef Vandenberg.